Thanks.
Well, that video did not age well, did it? I don't think so. But times are quickly changing. Check this out. So I recently bought myself a brand new copy of Elden Ring for the PS5. Typically this retails on Amazon for what, between 30 and 60? Maybe 40 and 60. But I got it for $20 on Prime Day. Brand new in the case, $20 for a massive game like this, physical edition. Putting it inside my PS5, right? But check this out. Wait for it. This is actually quite interesting and a sign of the times. And we've actually kind of been dealing with this for years now, but I don't think a lot of people realize. Elden Ring, right? Queued for copy. What? Okay, I swear I did not stage this. Hold on. Oh, it's just because I'm out of storage. Okay. So I'll do that off camera. So I'm hoping you can see where I'm going with this. Physical media, while it's great, it's not exactly what it used to be. When you insert a disc into your PlayStation 5, or maybe even your PlayStation 4, meaning that may have been a thing last gen, or your Xbox One or your Xbox Series X, obviously not Series S because that's purely digital, do you really own the game? The physical copy, maybe. But the second you insert that disc, you're either copying the data from the disc itself to the SSD, or you're just downloading the game via something like a game key card. So physical media for years has kind of been on its way out. I mean, I hate to tell you that, but I think most gamers with half a brain kind of saw this coming eventually. But me, a very experienced gamer for nearly 40 years now, I gotta say, today's news regarding the PlayStation 6 really surprised me. And I'm focusing on PlayStation 6 because Sony just flat out came out today and said, look, we're going to stop making physical media starting in 2028. And that tells me, okay, that must mean we're getting the PlayStation 6 sometime in 2028. If I had to predict, it would be nice if they got away from the holiday release schedule and gave it to us in like maybe March of 2028. I don't know. Kind of like Nintendo did with the Switch 2. But anyway, getting back on track real quick. Guys, this has been a thing for a while. Love or hate game key cards, they are here to stay on the Switch 2. Now thankfully we do have pure physical media still for something like the Switch 2, first party titles. Most of them anyway. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. This is a first party title, and of course it's truly physical, meaning you put the game in, you don't gotta download anything, maybe an update or two, but let's face it, Switch 2 game updates are typically very light and very small and very quick to download and install. But when it comes to something as large as Elden Ring, yeah, it says it's queued for copy, but who knows how much data I'm still gonna have to download online, for updates and patches and whatever. Now, me personally, that doesn't bother me. And by the way, guys, how are you? My name is David Franco, and welcome back to what I like to call a mini vlog. I'm very, very passionate about my video games. I've been gaming for almost 40 years. I'm 40 years old now, and I'm never gonna stop gaming until the day I die. Oh, and side note, I found this at Goodwill today. I'm not a sports game guy really at all. I mean, I play PGA with some friends of mine, but that's about it. But yeah, I found this at my local Goodwill today for just $4 even after I rounded up. But anyway, I wanted to take today's news and talk about my feelings on Sony's announcement. Now again, I am surprised that Sony just flat out just came out and said, look, we're not gonna make physical media. That's a really bold move. That's a really brave move because that one announcement alone is going to turn off so many potential PlayStation 6 buyers. Now, me personally, I will be buying a PlayStation 6 day one, or at least close to. Obviously, this depends on inventory and how easily I can obtain one. But I do want to sit down for a few minutes and give you my thoughts. So, I completely understand why everybody, it's probably 50-50, why so many people, literally millions of gamers, are extremely upset with Sony right now. I mean, the fact that they're just stopping physical media, this is a moment in history that we're gonna be looking back on decades from now. Sony was the first company to actually publicly come forward and say, we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to give you games to physically own. Instead, we're going to quite literally force you to download games at typically higher prices, digital only. And at the end of the day, you don't really own anything digital. I mean, PC players are always boasting about these sales on Steam. And yes, I'm a PC gamer myself, but all those Steam games, do I really technically own them? No. Virtually I own them, but technically I don't own those games. Steam could shut down at any moment. Obviously, it's not going to happen anytime soon, if ever. But that's just my point. We're living in a digital world, guys. And honestly, I saw this coming eventually. I just didn't think it was going to happen today. And it's very surprising that Sony announced it so early. So the way I look at it is this. I'm 50-50. Honestly, guys, I am split down right in the middle, 50-50. I myself enjoy owning physical games. Like, I love looking at my living room, like I'm watching TV. Sometimes I'll just glance over to the left and be like, yeah, those are my games. Those are my Switch 1 titles and Switch 2 titles and PS5 titles. Fun fact, I've never ever bought a physical game for my Series X, and I don't think I ever will. And that kind of shows you where we're going in this direction. I'm like, love or hate it, physical is officially, according to Sony, on its way out, and digital is pretty much the only option we're going to get. And the reason I say I'm 50-50 on it is because I love the convenience of digital, but I don't like being forced to pay more for a digital game when, in theory, I can get it for so much cheaper from sites like Amazon and eBay. Astrobot, I just saw a post about this on Threads today. I think Sony is still selling Astrobot brand new, obviously it's brand new, digitally, I mean, on the PlayStation Store, for $60. $60. I'm pretty sure I got my Astrobot for used on eBay, excellent condition, that's the only condition I typically buy games in, for I think, what, like $30. And the game freaking blew my mind. Now, would I have paid $60 if I knew it was gonna blow my mind? Absolutely, but I wasn't sure. You know, I wasn't sure, and that's the beautiful thing about buying physical games at these steep discounts, is that, hey, who cares if you spend $20 on a game? Like, if it doesn't blow your mind, but it entertains you for a week or two, then in my opinion, that's $20 well spent. But if I'm shelling out $60, $70, $80 for a digital-only game, and Sony doesn't set up some kind of positive return policy, or not return, but refund policy on the PlayStation Store, then we as consumers, we as gamers, we as longtime PlayStation fans are screwed. Are we not? Now, me being me, I like to look at things from a positive side as well. Digital, I've made it clear, is super convenient. You download a game, you launch it, bada bing, bada boom. And I can't tell you how many times I switch between games on my PS5, Switch 2, and my Xbox. Like, it's really nice just switching games without having to get up off the couch and walk over to the console. God forbid, I know. But we are living in that kind of world. And I don't know about you guys, but I never ever watch physical media. Movies, physical movies. And I'm a movie buff. Like, I love the hell out of some good movies, but I stream everything these days. Between Netflix, Hulu lately, because I kind of jump back and forth between platforms outside of Netflix, and especially Plex, I literally have instant access to thousands of movies, new and especially old. It's really nice finding an old movie on Netflix, Hulu, and especially Plex. You know, for whatever reason that I missed out on years from now, or years ago, I mean, it's just nice to sit down and watch an old movie. But you can't beat the conversation, the argument. There's something really special about owning physical games. I'm going to sit down in my living room now just to mix this up. That way I can officially call this a mini vlog. And shout out to my friend Colin. He just texted me a screenshot of the monthly PlayStation games, and I saw them already. This is what Sony's giving us for July. Modern Warfare 3. I mean, who hasn't played that already? For the King 2. Don't really care about that at all. And Crosscode. Sony, in my opinion, like, you should have absolutely, let me mute this. You should have absolutely given us better monthly games for the month of July, because you knew this news was coming about being a digital-only future. You should have reassured us with like some kind of surprise release saying, oh, okay, well, if this is kind of giving me hope for the future. Now, let me rewind a little bit, and I know my mind is all over the place. Guys, I love my video games. I have a lot to say. But I'm also going to look at this from Xbox's perspective, and then I'll get back onto the Sony track, I promise. What if this is Xbox's chance to come back? Because let's face it, Xbox is still a great brand. You know, they make good stuff, but they're clearly in a very distant third place. But they are so far behind Nintendo, and especially Sony. I think GTA 6 pre-orders, I'm pretty sure either Rockstar or Sony released some kind of stat, or maybe it was a rumor. I think it was like 8-1 or 7-1 sales. Like for like every 7 or 8 GTA 6 pre-orders on PS5, there was that one Xbox pre-order. Which is pretty sad, not gonna lie. And I love my Xbox Series X. It's back in my living room. I am loving it again. Yes, I'm only using it for media right now, but I'll be using it for Halo, coming out later this month, Gears of War E-Day, and Forza Horizon. I have a lot of Xbox games to catch up on. But again, looking at this from Xbox's perspective, is this not their chance to hold an emergency meeting and say, yo, look what Sony's doing. Guys, this is our chance to design the ultimate Xbox console that works with physical games and digital. Kind of like the Series X. I mean, it's already a great console in my opinion. Yeah, it doesn't sell extremely well, but it's still a solid console. You can't argue that. What if this is Xbox's chance to make a comeback? Like, take Sony's fault and make a positive out of it in regards to the Xbox brand. Like, this is Xbox's chance. Because I think PlayStation's already done enough damage. I don't think they can backpedal on this and say, okay, we changed our mind. And it is kind of ironic, you know, during that PlayStation 4 event, what was it, E3 back then? I'm not sure, but I recall watching it in my old house in Jersey. And I actually laughed when they did it, here, this is how you share a physical PlayStation 4 game. And he hands it to his friend. It's that easy. And now, ironically, 2 generations later, Sony is quite literally taking the game back and taking it away from us. Now again, I don't care. Yeah, I like the cheap physical games, but this isn't going to stop me from buying the PlayStation 6. Guys, honestly, I've always been a very forward-thinking consumer, a forward-thinking gamer, and I like buying new things. That's just how I am. Plus, I'm an adult. I've got adult money. I work for a living, work, YouTube, Patreon, all that stuff, and I appreciate your support. So I'm thankful enough to be in that position where, hey, if I want something, I can typically buy it. Unless it's something like a Vision Pro. I'm not that irresponsible with my money. But the point is, nothing's going to stop me from buying a PlayStation 6. And I'm curious, these people are already claiming that the PS5 is their last PlayStation console. So, question for you. Do you think these people are reacting aggressively based on this news and they're actually done with PlayStation consoles? Or do you think they're going to sit on this news for a week or two and say, whatever, I'm not going to miss out on these PlayStation exclusives just because I can't physically hold and own the game? So, I don't know. I mean, again, this is Xbox's chance to make a positive out of a negative. And now getting back on the Sony track, what if, this is a huge what if, and I was talking about this in the exclusive vlog today, Sony is kind of shooting themselves in the foot with this one, but hear me out. What if they prove to their loyal fan base, customers like myself, I've been there since day one on the PlayStation. I didn't have it day one. We had a Sega Saturn, then eventually we got a PS1. What if they say, look, the PlayStation 6, we are going to make it fully backwards compatible with PS1 games, PS2, PS3, PS4, and PS5. Now imagine that. That is a future worth looking at. And that kind of is the convenience of going purely digital. You don't have to worry about any weird emulation when inserting a disc. Not that you can do that now on the PS5 with PS1 games, but it plays PS4 games, which I never feel the urge to put a PS4 game in my PS5. I just don't. Guys, if I gotta be honest, I think like 80% of the games I play are downloaded via PlayStation Plus Premium. So Sony is kind of forming a monopoly of their own, quite literally forcing their consumers to download games digitally. And I'm not completely against it, but at the same time, it does make me sad. I mean, I've got hundreds of games in the basement for all of my old consoles, dating back to the Sega Genesis. I have no idea what happened to my NES, by the way. Side note, I gotta find that thing, and I don't know if we threw it out by accident years ago. I could always buy a used one on eBay. They're pretty cheap. Guys, there we go again. Just saying eBay makes me realize, like, this truly is the end of buying affordable physical games, at least for the PS6. Switch 2, yeah, that's not going to change. Thankfully, the Switch 2 just came out a year ago, so we're going to have physical games with that for a while. I know game key cards aren't truly physical, but they kind of are. It's a key to download your game, but at least you still have that physical case to put on your shelf. So those are my thoughts. This is a huge L from Sony. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, this doesn't make me like PlayStation any less, because it doesn't really change my play habits too much. Yeah, I'm gonna miss those physical games at cheap prices, but at the end of the day, like, it's not gonna stop me from playing brand new games, like a new God of War. Like, you're telling me if they released God of War digital only on PlayStation 6, would you really not buy that, even if you are a diehard God of War fan? I don't know about you, but I'm not gonna miss out on these amazing releases just because I can't play them physically. That's like saying I'm not going to watch a movie because I can't own it physically. Like, yeah, it's important to own your media, but I'm not exactly going to lose sleep over this. I mean, especially as a PC gamer, I'm just used to launching Warzone at a moment's notice and playing with friends, and launching Fortnite and switching to Valorant. So, you know, like, I can't imagine saying, oh, guys, hold on. I have to insert my Valorant disc into my PC. It's been this way for years on PC, and it's finally catching up to console. Just a sign of the times, guys. You know, it's just, it's how it is. You can't do anything about it. But not to sound like a broken record, maybe Xbox can do something about it. Maybe this is their chance to step forward and say, look, we hear you. We are going to do the opposite of what Sony is doing next gen, and we're going to give you the choice of physical and digital. So, to wrap this video, to wrap this mini vlog, I'm going to ask you guys, and answer this honestly. I don't care if you're a PlayStation fanboy, Xbox fanboy. Guys, I play anything and everything. I don't really choose sides. Yeah, I go through my stages, but at the end of the day, I do own all three major consoles of this generation, and I'm grateful for that. If Xbox, okay, so this is my question for you. If Xbox does come out and say, look, our next gen console will give you the choice of physical and digital, but PlayStation 6 only goes digital, would you choose Xbox over PlayStation for that reason alone, or does it not matter all that much to you? You're just gonna be like me. You're just gonna buy the console anyway, because at the end of the day, like, honestly, hot take, I don't care. I don't really care if I have to put a disc in or if I download the game. Like, if I'm playing the game, I'm not thinking of how I acquired it. Like, it's me while I'm watching a movie on Netflix or Plex. Like, I'm not thinking like, wow, I'm really glad Netflix has this movie, or I'm really glad this movie's on Plex. I'm just enjoying the movie for what it is. And I do the same exact thing with video games. I'm caught up in the moment. I'm lost in my own virtual world at that moment in time, and I'm just enjoying my game and what it has to offer. So, let me know. What are your thoughts? This should be a very interesting comment section because, again, I'm for both sides. I'm for and against it. I'm completely cut down the middle, guys. Like, I'm straight in the middle, like right in the middle. For once, like 50-50. I'm fine with either. I mean, I guess the best way of wrapping up this video is saying the following. It was only a matter of time. Honestly, it really was only a matter of time. But guys, who knows what Xbox has in the works? Xbox could be the winner next gen. This big announcement from Sony could shift a lot of people back towards Xbox or towards PC or Switch 2 or whatever. I don't know. It's a very open topic, very controversial. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I think I covered everything. And if not, I'll just update you in another mini vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Happy gaming. And enjoy your physical media while you can.